What's up? Welcome back to Hoof Hub. Today we're trimming a back right foot of a Holstein cow on a 200 cow dairy. I come here every month and I do about 25 cows. This is usually one of my half days. I'll come here after I've trimmed somewhere else. And so what I'll do is I'll trim in the mornings, and because I can make this farmer a half day is because they milk with a robot. So a lot of these farms, well, I shouldn't say a lot, there's a good portion of farms now that milk with robots. So what happens is, instead of cows being pushed into a parlor twice a day for humans to milk them out of a parlor system, a farm like this will have 3 robots. Each robot can milk about 60 cows, and then they will walk in completely on their own. The robot has grain that they eat out of, and then the robot completely milks it itself. When they calve, you have to preset the entire cow. So they'll walk in and you'll say fresh cow, okay, and then you have to show the robot where each teat is so that it knows in the future where, okay, this is cow 500 and her teats, it just programs it, okay, left is there, right is there, back right is there, back left is there, and boom, it's set. And it's pretty convenient. The only issue a lot of farmers have is with heifers going into a robot. A cow sees something poking around its udder and they want nothing to do with it. So robots are super convenient once a cow is used to it, but it is a struggle trying to get a heifer or even a young cow that's not totally used to it yet or not comfortable with it. It can be a lot of trouble. For me, it's very convenient to have these robot farms because, like I said, this will be, okay, another half day, but a lot of times when I'm trimming cows, I will trim after they're done milking. So say a farmer wakes up at 4 a.m., milks from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m., and then they're like, okay, you can show up at 8:30 once we're done separating the cows. So then I'll show up at 8:30, trim until they start milking again, say at 3 p.m., and then I can call this robot guy and say, hey, you got cows for me? I'll come at 4 p.m. And he doesn't care when I come because the cows are milking 24 hours a day, no matter what. The robots are moving, the cows are getting milked. So there's no like schedule for these robot guys as much, so they don't really care as much. Another sweet thing about the robot farmers is that they don't have to get up at 4 a.m. They can get up at 7 a.m. They can feed their cows, check the robots, clean the robots, make sure everything's operating properly, and then go back in, have breakfast, a coffee, and a cigarette. Like most guys do around here anyway. Robots are sweet. They definitely have their downsides, and they are not cheap, so that's also a massive part of it. But the other side is, it's harder and harder to find labor around here. So a robot, you have to pay for it, but they're reliable, and they show up 365 days a year. And it turns out that robots don't care if it's Christmas, so you don't have to pay them overtime. So it's pretty awesome. Anyway, this cow's got this sole ulcer. I've sprayed it a couple times. I'm trying to find exactly where the crease is and try and find exactly where to cut with my knife without making her bleed or doing any more damage than I need to. I will block her and I'll spray her. Anyway, this cow should heal quite nicely for me. And yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next week.